journey was a difficult one. I moved in a foster home in Alabama at the age of 9 from Austin, Texas, where I lived with my mother and 3 siblings. Due to poor choices that she made, my siblings and I did not receive the proper nourishment and stability that a child should have, and so she was actually sentenced to prison due to her poor choices, and we were moved on a plane pretty far away to Alabama. Initially moving into foster care that young, I of course was frightened and didn't understand it. I didn't want to be there. But over time and realizing that my new foster parents did love me and did want the best for me, I came to realize that it was a good thing. Through a few years in the new school, I developed passions, and I kind of had a focus for my life, and it definitely was what has gotten me here, for sure. Looking back, before foster care, I don't feel like I would have done too well for myself. So foster care has definitely shaped me to be a better person, a more driven person. I think the main person that I would note is Kathy, who is the founder of Chick-fil-A. And most people don't know about his nonprofit side, which is Windshape Homes, which is foster homes that he started in order to place those like me who didn't have a home. And so he kind of became my adopted grandfather at the age of 9 and has been with me every step of the way. At age 9, I realized at age 9 that I like public speaking. And so I started doing 4-H speeches and kind of traveling, and he caught wind of that. And he started allowing me to travel the country with him to speak on his behalf, and which shaped what I want to do now, which is to be a talk show host or do something in the media. And so I think if it were not for him taking interest in what I like to do and supporting me and always, just encouraging me, I don't think that I would be here or have a clear focus in my life. And so I think Kathy would definitely be the most influential person in my life. When I hear that being placed in the foster care system leads to poor results, of course it is true to an extent, and it does happen. However, I think that the other side is neglected, which is that there are foster youth out there that do make it. And I feel like I could be an example of that, finishing my last year in college and looking to start a career. And there are many more foster youth that I know that are just like me, taking our poor experiences as children and turn them around to become something great. And so I really think that that side needs to be a focus and needs to be put out there a lot more. I think my proudest moment was I was in a junior in high school, and Kathy was going to receive the Presidential Volunteer Service Award from then President Bush, and he asked me to come with him to speak on his behalf, receiving the award. And so I was able to go to the White House and hang out in the Oval Office with President Bush and then give a speech in front of all of these amazing people. And I think that moment of doing that, it was my proudest moment, because I think then I realized that the dream that I had been chasing was coming to reality because of the people that had been there helping me and encouraging me, like Truett, my foster parents, and so many more people. I think one of my biggest goals is to pay it forward. I would love to start a nonprofit organization, and I have talked to a few people, but basically, starting college funds and help that a lot of foster children will not get because of some things that are lacking in the welfare system. And so that's one area that I would really like to do. And then I'd also like to write a book telling my story and trying to be an inspiration to others and to tell foster kids, hey, we had a rough life, we did, but you can't let that define who you are. And you have to make something of yourself, and you have to go past it, and then you can look behind you at those who may have told you that you were nothing or that you can't make it, and you can look at them and say, I told you I could, and now you can just watch me from behind because you're moving forward. And I think that should be a mindset that foster kids do have, and I don't think you need to get out of the past and the thoughts that because of maybe your experiences or that maybe your biological parents, the way they live their lives, that's all you can amount to. And so I would say that my biggest goal is to erase that mindset from the foster youth and tell them they can rise above and be something great.